Scripture reveals a pattern most people miss. When God establishes covenant, He always acts first in grace before giving signs. This pattern changes everything about how we understand Sabbath and circumcision requirements. We begin with Abraham because he is the father of faith and the pattern for how God works. Genesis tells us Abraham believed God, and it was accounted to him for righteousness. This is the foundational moment. Abraham trusted God's promise, and God declared him righteous based on that faith alone. But notice what happens next. God gives circumcision as the covenant sign not before declaring Abraham righteous, but after. Paul makes this explicit in Romans. Does this blessedness come upon the circumcised only, or upon the uncircumcised also? How then was it accounted while he was circumcised or uncircumcised? Not in circumcision, but in uncircumcision. And he received the sign of circumcision, a seal of the righteousness of the faith which he had while still uncircumcised. God counted Abraham righteous by faith. The sign came after as a seal of what was already true. The sign didn't produce righteousness, it memorialized it. The same pattern appears with Moses. The 10 Commandments begin with, "I am the Lord your God who brought you out of the land of Egypt." Past tense. Deliverance came first, then comes the law, including Sabbath. Deuteronomy explains the purpose. The seventh day is the Sabbath, that your male servant and your female servant may rest as well as you. And remember that you were a slave in the land of Egypt, and the Lord brought you out, therefore the Lord commanded you to keep the Sabbath day. Deliverance came before Sabbath. Sabbath was for their benefit protection for workers. It was a sign that said, "I demand nothing from you, just receive what I've provided." Jesus confirms this. The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. The pattern is clear. Abraham faith, then righteousness, then circumcision sign after. Moses deliverance then, rest then, Sabbath sign after. The sign always follows God's gracious action. God acts first in grace. We respond in faith. The sign memorializes what He has done. This pattern will prove crucial for understanding why Christians are free from these requirements.